welcome back to Barwick again. It is Kinch, and today is the day I'm going to turn you guys into attacking monsters. I realized I tried to make a video showing you guys my Town Hall 11, 12, 13 attack strategy, but I didn't really give you guys a foundation, and that's what I'm going to do today. We're going to look at Town Hall 8 and Town Hall 9 dragon attacks, but the reason why we're doing this is because I'm setting the foundation so you guys can crush bases. And it's a little bit insufferable to live with Gamgee right now because he is just high on the hog. So for those of you who don't know what happened, let's go look. All right, so in our war, Gamgee, who is a Town Hall 12, we go look at his profile, Town Hall 12, he took on the enemy number 2 and 3 and 3-starred them both. The enemy number 3 was a Town Hall 13, a little bit rushed to be honest, but Town Hall 3 nonetheless with scatter shots, and he also 3-starred the Town Hall 14, which again, for all intents and purposes, is really he's like a upgraded Town Hall 13. He's got a lot of Town Hall 13 defenses. So. But regardless, this is a Town Hall 12 doing that to two, at worst, 2 Town Hall 13s. And so he is just been chirping in my ear nonstop. I'm a little bit over it. But the truth is he's gotten to be really, really good at this attack. And so you guys can watch those attacks. I'm not going to replay them here during this video. I will put them in a different video. But how did he get to be that good? And I'm going to show you guys where it starts. I'm going to properly show you guys how to use dragons at Town Halls 8 and 9, and that is going to set you up to progress to be good at it at 10 and 11, and then by the time you're Town Hall 12, you are just going to be smashing bases in your sleep. So, but it all starts here. We are also going to go look, one of the things that we're going to look at is where dragon attacks go wrong. So many people do them incorrectly, and you can get away with a really bad attack about 80% of the time, and then the other 20%, they're easily correctable problems, but people go, these dragons are stupid. I hate dragons. They're unpredictable. They're not. People just don't understand them because they don't take the time to learn. Okay, so let's take a look at this guy who just attacked Matt's base. I think it's not quite a Town Hall 8 army, is it? He's got 10 dragons. Yeah, that's right. Right. So this is a Town Hall 8 army. He's got his he's got 8 lightning spells. He's got 10 dragons. I don't know what he has in his clan castle, but we will talk about all of that here coming up. But let's just walk this through, and I'll show you exactly where he goes wrong. I'm going to speed it up. So lightning over here. We'll talk about the positioning of which 2 air defenses he decided to attack in a second. Now here's the error. Boom. He puts down every single one of his dragons in this little area here, which I will highlight with my video editing techniques. So in this area, he dropped down every dragon. That is his probably his biggest problem, but not his only problem. It looks like coming out of the clan castle, I do see a balloon, and it looks like it's this big dragon. So now let's watch what happens to these dragons. So if I just let it go, we're going to see here really, really quickly that while so we did have these 2 dragons come over here and focus this air defense, which is what we want. So he did make the correct decision on which side to start his attack after he lightninged. Now his lightnings are a problem, but after he lightninged. And then we have 1 dragon come over here, and if this dragon stays on this air defense, there's a chance he 3-stars, but not a very high chance, mainly because of all the hidden Teslas in the middle of the base. But I think this dragon peels off to go take care of this clan castle dragon, and that leaves the air defense completely alone. This big portion of his army, including the clan castle dragon, just starts to go around the edge of the base. So, yeah, and then the air defense picks him off. So we see stuff like this all the time. I see this. The problem is that he could, on a different base, he could have run this exactly the same, and it would have 3-starred because dragons are kind of OP. Um, but if you get to a base that is even just a tiny bit tricky and you don't know what you're doing, then it becomes a problem. Okay, so let's start this out by looking at a Town Hall 8 attack. This is K-Bar's attack against their base 13 from our last war. It's really important to look at the troops. I prefer to bring 4 balloons at a minimum. Sometimes I bring 8, and the rest dragons, and then I also bring all balloons in my clan castle. I see a lot of people bring all dragons, and the thought process is dragons are really strong, so bring all dragons. I find that to be a mistake. The balloons will kind of help focus on the whatever air defense is remaining or some of the defensive structures that are remaining. And they also, a lot of times we can get them out in front of the dragons and they will absorb things like seeking air mines or things like that. And so then that preserves your dragons even more. So I highly, highly, highly recommend you bring at least 4 balloons. In this case it was 4. That's mainly because I knew how quickly I could get those 4 into the last remaining air defense. So if the air defense is a little more centralized, I may bring more. It is also important to note that it really doesn't matter which hero you bring. I prefer my Archer Queen, but it doesn't really matter. For Town Hall 8, I use my heroes mainly to help maintain my funnel, or I use them as cannon fodder. And in this case, I use this Archer Queen as cannon fodder. But let's talk about some of the principles of a good dragon attack. So the first thing I'm looking at anytime I come to a Town Hall 8 base is I'm going to find all 3 air defenses. Boom, found them. And I'm going to check the air sweeper. Now, the air sweeper gets overlooked, especially at Town Hall 8. I don't know why. I see so many people attack straight on into the blower, and they just keep getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. If you don't pay attention where the air sweeper is, you're bound to lose the attack outright. You may get lucky and get a star. You may get super lucky and get 2, but it's rare that if you attack straight on into an air sweeper that you get all 3 stars. There must be something else significantly wrong with that base for that to happen. Now, there's no need to worry about it. They've only got 1 air sweeper at Town Hall 8, so just attack from behind it. Now let's talk really quickly about where we attack from. Because, like I say, don't ever attack straight on into the air sweeper at Town Hall 8. The other thing, and this is universal for all town halls that use dragons, I never, ever, 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 ever start my attacks by dumping all my troops in one corner. I see that all the time. You don't see it as much at Town Hall 8 because there's usually not a lot of things in the corner. But starting at Town Hall 9, I see people dump a bunch of dragons in the corner all the time. The truth is that at 8 and 9, dragons are so OP that it still kind of works most of the time. And that's why I think people get so frustrated with dragons, because it will work because the dragons are so OP, but it won't work every time. So it'll work like 80% of the time. And so that other 20%, people are like, I don't understand. I'm doing the same thing I did, the other 4 times, but this time I'm not getting a 3-star. What I'm going to tell you, instead of looking at a corner to attack from, I want you to look at the edges. And I'll see if I can do some video editing here. So when I say edges, I want to attack along a complete line, a complete edge of the base. And I want the dragons to kind of sweep through from one edge to the other. We'll see that as this attack goes on. Now, having said that, I think I just watched the replay of this attack. And I do things a little bit out of order, and that's just because I'm a little weird. I'm going to tell you to do it in reverse order. I'll explain here in a second. Okay, so I have identified where the sweeper is. So that means I'm either going to attack from this edge over here, this top left, or I'm going to attack from the top right. That way I'm coming in from behind the sweeper. In this case, I did the top left. But for all intents and purposes, bottom right, and bottom left edges are out for this one because we don't want to go into the air sweeper. Now we could get into some minutia here, and I could tell you could still do that, but then you can come in on the back side and take this air sweeper out. It's not worth being that complicated. It's Town Hall 8. What I'm going to show you will work 100% of the time. Okay, so just come in from behind them. Now with that being said, I know I can take out 2 air defenses with my lightnings. And the question is which 2? Always, always, always take the ones furthest away from where you will start, because we want to attack that last remaining air defense with the majority of our troops while we have the strongest army that we have. Over time, you're going to lose troops because they're going to die to archer towers and all that other stuff. So in this case, we're going to start our attack from this top left edge. So that would make this air defense the one that's most close to that starting point. So we're going to lightning this air defense and this air defense. Now, not only are we going to lightning these air defenses, but we're going to try to take out some of the other defensive structures as well. So here, if I lightning right in the middle of this air defense, I might get a little bit of damage on some of these surrounding structures. But if I lightning, say here, where this wall is, or here, then I'm going to take out all 3 of these structures. Maybe even this one as well. I can't. I think when I lightninged, I just took out these 3. Over here, the same thing. If I lightning right on this wall right here, not only can I take this out and this out, I could get a bunch of damage down on the archer queen. So I'm looking to just do extra damage. Now if all I can take out is the air defenses, that will be fine, but if I can take out extra stuff as well, it's just going to make it even easier. So if I make a mistake somewhere else, hopefully I've gained so much of an advantage that it won't matter. Okay, so I'll take these 2 out with lightnings. We'll see that in a second. Then I'm going to start my attack over here. Now, clan castle troops. This one, I think there's a... Is there an E-dragon here? No, there can't be. It's going to be like a dragon and probably a balloon, because I think just a dragon comes out, if I remember correctly. I don't tend to worry about the clan castle troops too much at Town Hall 8, or Town Hall 9 for that matter. However, if I can find a way to lure them out, I will do that. And then I hit them with my dragons real quick, and then that just gets them out of the way. I'd rather lure them out and kill the clan castle troops way, say out here, than right here when this air defense is popping off on me at the same time. But either way, you're going to be fine. So I just want you to know, because this is part of how I did this a little bit different. What I would tell you to do normally is you're going to, if you lure these clan castle troops out or not, that's up to you. But then you want to start with 1 dragon in each corner. So I would put a dragon down on this builder hut and a dragon down on this builder hut. After those builder huts are taken care of, I'm going to spread the dragons out evenly along this kind of first wave of structures. So I'd put like 1 down kind of here by this army camp, 1 by this collector, 1 by this storage, 1 by this army camp, and 1 by this collector. And then I would put this has a bigger hit point. This has more hit points than this. So I'd put like an extra 1 here, and I'd put a couple more towards the middle. Then I will release my balloons aimed right at this, or as close to this as possible. In this case, I drop the balloons kind of up here by this army camp, so they will target this archer tower, and then they will go to this air defense. So let's watch that play out. Now I do it a little bit backwards. I lured the troops out, and then I put a line of dragons down, but I kept 2 in reserve on purpose to then take out these corners and start my funnel. So let's watch this play out. You can see the whole replay is less than 2 minutes long, so that's how quickly this attack rolls through this base. Let's see, I'm waiting anxiously for it to start. Yeah. There it goes. Okay, so you can see I was able to take out that archer queen, and then I took out all 4 structures over here, Then we're going to see, I think I put my queen down right here. Yep, that lures these clan castle troops. And then I put down a line of dragons. Now note, I still got 2 left. They're going to take care of that. I put one on the bottom, or on the left-hand corner, one in the top corner. Put my balloons down. Put the clan castle balloons down. And now there's really nothing left for me to do, right? So now I'm just sitting and watching, and it's going to be 100% destruction. So what we really want, and I'll speed this up, what we want is for the telltale sign of a good dragon attack is the dragons kind of sweep across in a straight line and almost finish on the opposite edge from where you started, which kind of is what happened here. So that is it. That is, if you do that, you will 3-star 100% of the time at Town Hall 8. I promise you. Alright, so let's look at me attacking Matt's base. Now, it's fair to point out that this is a Town Hall 9, so this is Kinch. He was Town Hall 9 at the time. But I don't have my queen. That's of note. We'll talk about that later. And so let's look at the troops. I got 8 balloons, 9 dragons, a couple of heroes. In my clan castle, I have all dragons. I'm sorry. That is not true. I don't know why I said that. I don't want you guys to think I'm a liar. I have all balloons. All right, for the attack, we're going to start off focusing our lightnings on these 2 air defenses in the bottom left-hand side of the base. The reason for that is because I don't want to fight against these air sweepers. And if you click on them here, you can see there's like a gap in the middle of them. And so instead of coming straight into either one of them, I want to come in from one of the sides. So I'm either going to come from the top right or the bottom left. Because the top right has a smaller air defense, that's what I'm going to choose. So I drop my lightnings. Now the key here, and let's pause for just a second. So these 2 dragons are really important because they take out just enough structures so that the rest of the dragons, when I add them, they don't go towards the outside of the base. They'll progress kind of across the base from that top right to the bottom left. And that's what we want. We want them moving in a straight line kind of across. I'm going to use some cool video editing techniques to show that as well. Another quick pause to show that I've split my balloons up into a few different platoons. I've got one going after the air defense at the top corner. I've got the CC balloons going after the other air defense, and then I kept a handful to go to the middle of the base. So you can see as my troops get to the middle of the base, those balloons move ahead. They absorb some of the damage that would be aimed at the dragons, and they also help take out some of those Teslas. Now at this point, we're like a minute or minute and a half into the attack, and this base is done. Out of 9 dragons that I started with, I still have 7 of them. And I have both my heroes and a couple balloons. So you can see just how devastating this attack is. There's really not a base that can stand up to it. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's even stronger when you have your queen. Okay, if you are still watching this, God bless you. You either really want to be good at this game or you are willing to put up with all my nonsense and my gibberish and rambling on. This video is nearly 20 minutes long at this point, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this one. I know I promised you guys several more pieces of information, and I'm going to give those to you over time, but hopefully there's some value in this for you. If nothing else, you can kind of get a feel for what armies you should be taking and some of the key elements you should be looking at. We will talk about Town Hall 9s and why queens are so valuable to that in the next video. Thank you guys so much. Good luck in the upcoming war. Send lots of dragons in to do lots of destruction. We'll talk to you guys again soon.